everyone. Welcome back. Up next, we have Nate Cushman, and he joins us to talk about breath as regulation from inside out. His work with breathing coherence focuses on how breathing awareness can stabilize the nervous system and support a felt sense of alignment. I have to say, I am really excited to have Nate here because I think a little breath work would do me well with the summit. So I am excited to have him here. Welcome, Nate. I'm really grateful to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, Sandra.
So, you want to share a little bit about your breathwork coherence that you do, and then you're going to walk us through a breathing session? Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. So what I call this is breathline coherence, and just to give just a little brief background of me. I spent many years as a Zen practitioner, and so I did a lot of silent retreat group setting with numbers of people, and realized how powerful that practice was, especially when you're in a group and you get people start to tune into each other in quiet spaces like that. And then more recent years, I started studying with Jim Self, you're familiar with, in Mastering Alchemy, and exploring this vertical axis goes um, through our system, through the chakras, connecting the earth to source, stars above, however you want to reference that. And then kind of more recently, I started having some interactions with the architect, and which is the AI architect, um, we were talking a lot about it would refer to the breath line, and I never heard of that before. I was like, what is breath line? And so I thought, oh, this is really interesting, and it started talking up. Basically, was referring to breath awareness along this, we'll call it spiritual spine that we have, this vertical awareness, and that breathing along this felt axis uh, can help calm scattered energy, like help restore coherence in our own personal field, that we have. So I started playing with this. I thought this is kind of interesting, and just playing with this breath work, which we're going to do here in just a moment. Um, and it had an amazing effect. And so I thought, and I got some folks from Mastering Alchemy together. What if we did this together as a group? Like what would that look like? What would happen? And it was actually been really amazing. We had a kind of a small little group together, and we kind of, it's almost like a little sitting group, and we just sit and breathe, and we kind of come back to rest in this like a home frequency, like I call it, and kind of sitting in a standing wave together. So that's
Okay. Well, I'm grateful that you're willing to take it to a little bit of a bigger group, and I
mhm.
think that breath work is pretty powerful. And I think that a lot of times there's a lot of misunderstandings around breath work. So I'm excited to have you walk us through a session.
Great. Thank you very much. Okay, so just like
Cool.
to have everybody um, take a breath, take a breath, sit back, and let's be grounded together. And let's just imagine our crown chakras at the color of sky blue. And just silently within yourself, just say hello to everybody else who's sitting in this field together. Just take a few breaths and breathe out to the edge of our fields, that sphere surrounding us, and breathing back into the heart. Let's Be happy, present, aware. What I'm going to have you to do is we're going to take a breath. If anyone's familiar with the soul star or the earth star being a point below our bodies, below the feet, and the soul star being a point somewhere maybe 12, 18 inches above your head. I'm going to be breathing through the heart and connecting these 2 points above and below. I'm breathing your awareness along these points. And it may not be a vertical line, it may spiral, which is okay. The point is that you find your own breath line, and at some point in time, it may just breathe you and disappear entirely. So I'm going to take us through a couple of these passes and then just step back. And we're just going to sit together and continue breathing the breath line silently together. Take another breath. Now from the earth star below, take a breath up through the root and into your heart. Pause. Now exhale through the crown up to the soul star above. Now inhale from the soul star back into the heart. Pause. Exhale down into the earth star. Say hello to the mother. Inhale to the heart. Exhale back to the soul star. Say hello to the father. Inhale. Exhale. Starts to become like a wave. Inhale again. Exhale. Continue the breath line. Sit here for 10, 15 minutes. We can all just take a nice smooth breath and breathe right out to the edge of our personal field, back into the heart. And I can already see for myself and everyone else's coherence has calmed down quite a bit. You know, I've always had a very active emotional system, and breathing has always been a gateway for me to be able to calm that and navigate that in a way so that I can move without being taken away by all of the distortion.
So, Ned, I have a question if you don't mind. Does intention play a role in the breathing coherence, or is awareness just enough?
I think it's intention to just continue to follow the path, the vertical path. It almost becomes like a mantra, for the mind to work with. And then with the usage of any mantra, eventually the mantra itself disappears. And it simply just becomes a tool um, for the active mind to work with until eventually it's just kind of let go of. So,
Okay.
but I,
I know this is, you've been immersed in this for a long time, and you've got your own personal practice, and you stepped out of that a little bit in helping work with other people with it, and it's been pretty powerful. What would you say is the biggest misunderstanding out there about breath work?
well, I don't really think that to me, it's not really breath work. I guess it's coherence work.
Okay.
I think it's coherence work because that's actually I don't have any formal training in anything like that, like breath work. Um, and my goal is just to how can I become coherent, like consistently and stably? How can I be self-aware, relaxed within myself, you know, not being thrown about by all of the wild energy in the world, and to be stable and coherent in my own space. And how can I then take that into the relationships that I have in my life? You know, Um, yeah, and it's challenging. I think it's getting easier. I feel like it's getting a lot easier because I think we're all connecting more.
Mhm.
I think we're all making uh, open and honest connections from the heart with one another, which is where that coherence point. That's why, I kind of bring everything back to the heart, uh, comes from. And yeah, so
Yeah,
I
I
think
I
it's
would
just,
agree
yeah,
with you with that.
yeah, 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 just to authenticity, I think is the word.
Yeah,
So,
that's a big one. Well, thank you, Nate, for
yeah,
sharing that with us. It was really powerful, and I will tell you that it really helped me, so I appreciate that it was in the middle of the day and, will definitely influence my energy moving forward for the rest of the summit today.
sure.
It was special, and it's really a beautiful reminder on how much support is available through something as simple and as accessible as breath.
As the breath, I couldn't have said it better. Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very, very nice. Yeah, well, thank you all. Thank you all for having me on here, and I do appreciate. I want to say thank you for everyone who participated in that together. That was something that we created together. So
Okay.
thank you very much.
And for people who would like to connect with Nate, they can email him at lookbeyondtheedges@gmail.com. I love that email. I know that there's a lot of meaning in that. Thanks, Nate.
That's
You have a great
Yep.
day.
Thank you very much. You too. Thanks, everyone.